Just how tough is that to take?
Yeah, it is quite tough. We were all over today's game. We did a lot of things right, but we let a good side come in at the end and allowed them to play, and didn't perform or finish as well as we liked. So it is. I mean, we're as surprised as anybody at the result. Certainly, looking and performing convincingly throughout the whole game gave us a lot of confidence, and sort of from here, I mean, we've just sort of got to dust ourselves off and look forward to Sydney. We've performed really well. We know we have the capability within our squad and our side to perform and compete with this very good Aussie side. So we'll take that into Sunday.
Looking at those last few overs, is there anything you think you should have done differently?
Probably bowled a small bit better. We allowed James Faulkner to play like he does, which obviously isn't part of our plans. And with a number 11 batting the other end, you'd expect him to face the majority of the balls. So, I mean, we let ourselves down a small bit. I think that can be said. But again, we've got a big game in 2 days' time, series in the balance, and we've got to come fighting hard.
How do you pick yourself up from a defeat like this?
Yeah, again, taking the positives from today. We got 300. We dominated proceedings until about the last 10 overs. I mean, we took two crucial wickets in the power play, which sort of turned the balance of the game again. But again, allowed Australia to come back in towards the end.
You went off a couple of times, I think. Are you okay? And Boyd Rankin was off the field as well. Can you update us on?
Yeah, Boyd's got a tight hammy. He's felt that a bit, so he stayed off. And I've got a tight calf.
Are you both going to be okay, do you think?
We'll see over the next 24 hours how I pull up tomorrow and travel to Sydney and see how I get on.
Anyone else? I think.
That was an interesting incident when you were caught off when Australia had an illegal man out. Can you tell us your thought processes regarding that?
Well, the fielder, left arm spinner coming around, normally bowls with 5 in is mid off up. He wasn't up. I spotted a point to a shouting to the wicketkeeper who probably didn't hear him. There's only 4 in, so I had a free hit.
I mean, you probably weren't on the field, but and it's a difficult one with Rankin not there either. But what would have been the thinking behind bowling Stokes for 47 and 49?
Stokesy's a good Yorker bowler and backs himself to the death. You've seen his skill throughout the whole of this summer, what he can do. He's got endless capabilities, but today he just didn't finish as well as he'd liked. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Alistair said at the post-match presentation that it's quite an emotional dressing room. I guess, like you said, you couldn't quite believe what happened. Can you just tell us a little bit more about what it was like there as you guys came off with their tears?
Not that I know of, no. Again, everybody's disappointed, as you would in falling to the hands of a defeat like this. But again, we haven't got a lot of time before the next game, so we matter dusting ourselves off and fronting up in Sydney.
Experienced cricketer, have you ever experienced a feeling quite as sort of gut-wrenching as this one?
I'd have to wreck my memory to find one, because you normally toss them out. They're not a great feeling. But again, you remember good times moving forward. And again, like I said, we've done a lot of things right today. It's just little things that we need to tweak. And will come with more experience. And it's guys, especially our young bowlers coming through, they're getting miles and games, experiences under the belt. And it's great to do that now, as opposed to in a year's time when we might have to do it in a semi-final of a World Cup.
Owen, given the turnaround and the game being on Sundays, is that a good thing or a bad thing? I mean,
it can work both ways. It can work both ways. Again, with guys probably shouldn't be as harsh as they will be on themselves, but naturally you will be. But again, if you look through today's game, we've done a lot of things right. We took early wickets. Second innings, we consistently built pressure. We took 2 wickets in the power play. It's just that final little bit, and when you're playing against a side who's a lot more experienced than we are, and slightly has the momentum in the series, things can all of a sudden not go your way.
That's one.
Yeah, I mean, no offence, but why has Alistair not come in himself?
No, what? Sorry.
Doesn't matter. But why has Alistair not come in himself to explain this? Is he all right?
Are you not happy with me? I think he's fine.